Welcome to Push Culture News. I'm Brian Davenport, and you're watching the 2013 Holiday Wish List. We've got a great show for you today. The Land Yacht's Charlie horse has arrived, along with Rain's Heritage Series and the new Kahalani cast truck. I'm happy to say we're approaching 10,000 likes on our Facebook page, so if you haven't yet, please go like us at facebook.com/pushculture, or if you already have, invite your friends to like us as well. Later in the show, I'll introduce our Push Culture Apparel Design Contest, so stick around. Let's start with the Rain Heritage Series. They're celebrating their 10-year anniversary with updated reissues of some of the brand's past favorites. Some, like the Flux, you've probably never heard of because it was never released until now. It was actually a Rain in-house favorite, measuring in at just 27 inches with a 16-inch wheelbase and a little kicktail in the back. Apparently, there were no more than 8 of these in existence, but they were so well loved that they revived it for the Heritage Series release. The Timeline and Hustler were both very popular in their day, and after lots of requests, they're back in the lineup. Both of these make for great, lightweight, all-around boards for garage sessions, campus cruising, carving, or city commuting. When it's time to go fast, check out the Hellcat and Avenger. The Avenger was updated in 2012, but in the Heritage Series, it has an old graphic, and they've brought back the ever-popular tow hole. Both the Avenger and the Hellcat are made with Rain's new fat bottom construction and 3D wheel wells. To add to the nostalgia, they've also got sweet throwback apparel graphics like this I Love Mike Benda tee from Danger Bay 2009, the Sonar Dolphin, get it? And the Staff Party. Be sure you check it all out at rainlongboards.com. Up next, we have 3-wheel offerings from the NHS Fun Factory. The first is Kyle Wester's Pro model from Road Rider, the Shred Mag. He's developed these for high-speed technical downhill racing. At 73 millimeters with a 78A durometer, they're a solid square lip that'll get you down the fastest Colorado, or in this case, Peruvian Andes mountain road. Here's a very different style of wheel designed for the LDP and distance push community called the Red Giant. This 76mm 80A wheel has a rounded contact patch. It doesn't sit flat on the road. The theory behind the design is if there's less wheel touching the pavement, then there's less resistance to slow your roll. Using them in the city, I've actually noticed this to be the case. Because the contact patch is so small, there's less urethane to absorb the pavement's inconsistencies, but while it might feel slightly more jarring, that same pavement is less likely to trip you up. Also from NHS is OJ's Little Duties. They seem silly, I know, but if you've got an extra 30 bucks laying around and want to try something different, they're a great slide wheel, and they make slappies absolutely effortless. When we first introduced the Stream 7 from SCOE Trucks in the spring, they were already working on a new and more affordable addition to their lineup. Unfortunately, ours didn't quite make the trip from Germany in time for filming, so here's SCOE team rider Mike Fitter to tell you more about them instead.
Hey Brian, I'm here to tell you a little bit about the SCOE Vapor trucks. I'm super stoked on this truck. It's super solid, super lightweight, super durable. And they offer a ton of lean. They fit the tall bushing instead of a normal size bushing, which gives you the extra lean, which is just totally amazing. The trucks themselves, the ones I have here, have a 47-degree base plate. They will be available in different degrees in the future. I've got a 178mm hanger width. They are also available in a 184 and a 190mm. They do offer a flippable hanger. Non-flipped, it's going to be a little bit of rake, and flipped, it will offer negative rake, just for a little bit of a different feel when you're riding your trucks. I've been really hooked on the SCOE Vapor model in particular. With the same bushing setup, I've been able to do basically everything I want. Freeride and downhill, as fast as I want. It's all good. Back to you, Brian.
From Sector 9, we have the new Mini Daisy. It's 2 inches shorter, half an inch narrower, and besides the kicktail, its main feature is the subtle drops just inside of each truck mount, which create a comfortable and responsive standing platform. The full-size Daisy was and is a very popular board, and this will surely make it more accessible to smaller riders. Sector 9 is also offering Downhill Division skate skins to wear under your race leathers. With thumb holes in the sleeves and extra long legs, these compression base layers make crawling in and out of your suit a breeze. If you'd like to add a little extra peace of mind to your race gear, remember, G-form protection is lightweight, incredibly protective, and slim enough to fit under most suits. For when you're not leathered up, G-Form and Push Culture Apparel happen to make the perfect marriage of safety and durability. Our Push Culture Apparel crash pants are multi-layered in all the right places and reinforced with Cordura, a high-tech textile that does for pavement what Kevlar does for bullets. Another great feature of the Push Culture Apparel crash pant is the push maximizing inseam, which allows unmatched maneuverability. We don't claim they're indestructible, nothing in skateboarding is, but from our experience, a skater who would normally go through 2 or 3 pairs of pants in one season will only need 1 pair of Push Culture crash pants. We also make PC Apparel hoodies, which are reinforced with durable canvas shoulders and elbows, pit vents, and a face mask with built-in drawstring for the coldest of days. And last but not least, we've just released a limited line of t-shirts that we designed in collaboration with fellow skaters from our community. Which brings me to the Push Culture Apparel Design Contest. We're looking for another artist from the community to design our next t-shirt graphic with us. If you'd like to enter, email us your graphic to apparel@pushculture.com with the subject line Contest. If we choose your graphic, we'll make a limited run of shirts and send you this loaded chubby unicorn, along with one of each of the limited edition tees. For full contest details, or to pick up your own Push Culture Apparel or G-Form protection, visit us at pushcultureapparel.com. After the break, we'll be back with more from Original, Earthwing, and Kahalani. Up next, for the first time on the show, we have Original Skateboards with the new Arbiter KT and Baffle 37. The Baffle is Original's offering into the world of brick decks. The recessed chuck mounts, deep rocker, and flares combine to allow nearly effortless slide initiation. The wheelbase options range from 22¼ to 26 inches with generous wheel wells to provide more than enough clearance no matter which trucks you prefer. The Arbiter KT is what I like to call a perfectly simple board. With this nice big kicktail and wheelbase options from 21 to 26 inches, you can do just about anything on it. From Woodward East, here's Brian Bishop to show you a little of what he's been doing on the Original Arbiter KT.
Hey, what's up, Push Culture? This is Brian Bishop with Original Skateboards at Woodward East. We're hitting the mini mega ramp today, getting some footage with the homies, and coming out with a video very soon. So keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Earthwing Skateboards began right here in the New York City skate scene in the 1990s. In addition to making high-quality decks for any and all types of riding, they're maybe most well known for the Slide A, the wheel which has become the industry standard for tech sliding. That same time-tested compound core and shape is now available in all new sizes and flavors, ranging from 78 to 93A and 57 to 72 millimeters. No matter what you're looking for in a round-lipped slide wheel, Earthwing is sure to have what you need. S1 helmets have been protecting skulls since 1999, and they've recently been picking up steam with talented riders like Amanda Powell, Pete Eubank, and Ari Chamasmani, making the S1 Lifer their half-shell of choice. Recently, Pat Shep joined the team and has been spotted in this Skatehouse Media collab Watermelon Dome piece. You can find out more at s1helmets.com.
That got sketchy.
Kahalani is a precision skateboard truck company from Sweden that began way back in 2003. Their team rider, Adam Persson, actually just won the IDF's first World Cup championship. Back in 2007, fellow Swede Erik Lundberg won a world title on them as well. They were actually the first precision trucks that I ever saw in person, and as of today, they are releasing their first cast offering. The Kahalani Cast Precision, as they're calling them, is cast from high-quality virgin aluminum. Then, both the pivot pin in the hanger and the pivot cup in the base plate are machined to precision tolerances to ensure a perfect fit. To top it off, the hangers are faced where they meet the double-hardened chromoly steel axles. This is a very impressive first offering from Kahalani and will be available with 50-degree base plates and Venom bushings for just $50 from Kahalani.com. Before moving on, we'd like to congratulate Adam and the other IDF World Champions. In the women's category, Elena Corrigal dominated on the way to her first World Cup victory, and of course, Aussie Connor Ferguson already had it in the bag a few months ago. Congratulations to this year's IDF World Champions. Real quick, I wanted to go over some of the products from last year that I think are worth repeating. First, and still my favorite product on the market, is the Rogers Brothers studded hardware, which is so great because it eliminates the need for a screwdriver or Allen wrench when removing your hardware. The toughest accessory around is still Bomb Squad's brass knuckle foot stop. If you want a clean set of rain wheels to replace the crappy ones you hand cut with a knife the morning of a rainy event, check out Eastside Longboards H2O wheel. And last but not least, if your pads, leathers, helmet, or anything else smells as awful as you do, pick up some organic hogwash. You spray it on, then hang to dry for a couple hours, and it's guaranteed to be fresher than when you started. And it's organic, so anything you put it on won't be harmed. When we come back, we'll explore the rebirth of the Kryptonic Star Trek and Charlie Dara's Land Yachts Pro model, the Charlie Horse. Many of you are probably too young to remember, and maybe you've never even heard of the Star Trek wheel from Kryptonics. But there was a time when overnight, this wheel literally revolutionized the skateboard world. The basic elements of a quality wheel, which we so take for granted, like vibration dampening and roll speed, first came together when urethane factory worker Jim Ford snuck into the shop after hours to make skateboard wheels that his boss deemed not worthy of the company's time and efforts. Fortunately for all of us, he was determined. And after lots of trial and error, he discovered the perfect formula that became the foundation for the modern skateboarding wheel. Today they're available with an updated urethane formula in 78, 82, or 86A, but they're still in red, blue, and green, just like the originals. For more information and an interesting skateboard history lesson, head over to Kryptonics.com. Back on the spring news desk, Land Yachts team rider Charlie Dara gave us a sneak peek of his pro model deck, the Charlie Horse. And now it's available for all of you. On the outside, it's a pretty straightforward design, and it actually seems fairly small considering Charlie is such a tall guy. The inside of the Charlie Horse, however, is a lot more complex. It utilizes Land Yacht's new Hollow-Tech construction, which means there's actually air pockets where some of the excess maple has been removed from some of the inner plies. This results in a much lighter weight maple fiberglass layup than we're used to seeing. It's 35.5 inches long, 9.25 inches wide, with a wheelbase range from 23.25 to 25.75 inches. It has a little rocker, a little concave, flared wheel wells, and a mild W. But I've got to say, the crown jewel of the design is certainly its graphic. That's definitely Charlie there, depicted as an armored centaur, hanging out in a magical forest, summoning lightning, while of course being adored by his bikini-clad admirers. It's been a long time coming, but this deck was certainly worth the wait. Also new from the Land Yachts warehouse is the new Fatty Hog, which you may recognize from the Dinghy Completes. As it turns out, they're a super fun free ride wheel, and they're now available on their own. Also, the 62mm Street Hog is now available in a 98 durometer. Sounds like a really hard slide wheel, right? Well, as a matter of fact, they've got more grip than you'd think, and Nick Breton claims to have ridden just one set the entire weekend of the Giant's Head Freeride without having to swap out wheels. Pretty impressive. Land Yachts has more than just cool skateboard stuff this holiday season, so be sure you check out some of their stocking stuffers as well. Valhalla Longboards was started by Texas native Alex Amin a few years ago. You may remember him as the guy with the gnarly hipper from the Skatehouse media pages and Skate Slate. Alex's hip is much better. He has teamed up with Full Circle Distribution to take his board company to the next level, and as you can see, they've created a fine-tuned collection of downhill and freeride decks. You can check it all out at ValhallaLongboards.com. The Alston helmet is the newest offering from Byrne Unlimited, and it's their first helmet designed specifically with the urban commuter in mind. It sports 16 different vents, weighs in at only 13 ounces, and is certified for use on anything without a motor. I'm happy to finally see some new styling in that helmet, and honestly, this is the most comfortable lightweight helmet I've ever used. At $90, it does come with a heftier price tag than skateboarders are used to for a half shell, but if the ventilation, styling, or weight saving will encourage you to wear it more often, your safety is certainly worth the investment. As a matter of fact, this helmet was designed in collaboration with New York City bike messengers, which brings me to the next item on the show. A bike! Well, for me it's a bike. Maybe for you it's surfing or bouldering or snowboarding. Point is, there's lots of fun hobbies available to us as able-bodied individuals. And by diversifying your recreational activities, you'll become not just a more well-rounded athlete, but person as well. I've come to love riding my bike because it strengthens my body with a zero-impact exercise, giving my bones and joints a much-needed break from the constant uneven impact of pushing and falling. In a city environment, adding a bike to your quiver may mean you no longer rely on the public transit system, and instead will effectively become your own self-powered transportation, which is good not just for you, but for the environment and the people around you as well. In the comment section below, tell us what other activities you participate in. What gets you excited, besides skateboarding? Whatever it is, don't spend this winter hibernating with your new Xbox or PS4. Grizzly bears are designed to hide from the winter. Us humans are perfectly adapted to enjoy all of it. Thank you for joining us for the holiday wish list here at Push Culture News. I'm Brian Davenport, wishing you a happy, active holiday season. In addition to all that cool skateboard stuff, Landy even has some cool stocking stuffers available this holiday season. God!